trying everything we can and find ways to get her home safely and as quickly as we can.
Now the U.S. government considers Griner, quote, wrongfully detained.
Recently, a social media campaign started, I am BG, in honor of Brittney Griner, but we don't know when she will return home. What are some of the things that folks should be doing and paying attention to?
Yeah, I think what we're seeing is obviously Brittney is in an unimaginable situation. This is real life. We're doing everything we can, working with her legal representation, her agent, the State Department, the administration, everybody we can find that can be an advocate to try to get her home as quickly as possible, but safely as possible. We're doing some activations in the tip of our season coming up here around Brittney, led by the Phoenix Mercury, but also we're going to activate it across all 12 teams about some of the kind of humanitarian, philanthropic things that were important to Brittney. Acknowledge how important Brittney still is to our league and how much we're thinking about her.
She knows that she's in our thoughts, that she's in our prayers.
I think about her every day, and I can't wait till she gets back here with us.
When your whole family is counting on you, you have to go above and beyond, including going overseas. What do you see in terms of the value in players going overseas?
We have not done a good job of globalizing the game and turning these players into global stars. So we're never going to prevent them from opportunities to play in the offseason. One of the reasons Angela Rye took this job was to help players with their post-playing careers, set them up, whether they want to be a coach or a broadcaster. More and more players are not going overseas, and they're choosing to become entrepreneurs. We're now paying some of them to market the league in the offseason. But the incentive there is that they don't go overseas. We're also cognizant that it's tough to make a WNBA roster for players who don't get a lot of playing time in the WNBA, but we want to give them more incentives to stay here. We want to give them more money to stay here, and that's everything we've been chipping away at and working on.
The maximum player salary in the WNBA is currently less than the NBA player's minimum salary. The max base salary for a WNBA player is slightly more than what Magic Johnson and Larry Bird were drafted in their rookie contracts in 1979. What else are you expecting of the other people in this ecosystem, whether it's the fans, the companies, the change makers?
Yeah, and it comes down to the reason I was hired by Adam Silver, which is the economic model underlying women's sports is very tough. It's like pushing a big boulder up the hill. Angela, you know, less than 5% of all corporate sponsorship dollars go to women's sports, period. In that collective bargaining agreement I mentioned in January of 2020, we tripled the pay of the top player. We closed on the capital raise in February of this year, but we need to make more progress. And I think the name, image, likeness in the college game right now is actually, I was not the biggest proponent of that originally because I said, oh, just another area for women to be undervalued. I was wrong. Women are being highly valued in that. I just want to be known for someone who developed and drove an economic model that makes women's sports thrive for the next 50 to 100 years.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.